Bit of rain out there today. Good morning. Gonna get on with my day's training, my day's practice pretty soon. But first I thought I'd do an update on what I'm working on, what I'm finding to be something important distinction that I need to something that I need to rekindle with. For the past 4 or 5 years of doing an active breathing method, an active breathing pattern for people who are familiar with meditation and sort of the two main types of breathing patterns. You know, there's more of a non-active breathing pattern where you are not really engaging with the bioelectric you're not firing up the energy system in a it's weird. Yeah, you're not firing up the dantian and the bioelectricity in an active way. So that's non-active breathing, and then there's active breathing, which is more like Wim Hof type thing, where you are engaging with the dantian, or you are feeling for the internal heat, electricity, and then you're breathing into it, and then amplifying that, and that way you can generate bioelectricity. You can also generate heat, you can generate magnetism, you can do stuff with that. So yeah, I did a lot of active breathing. And so the thing is, when I was young, I used to be able to astral project quite easily, actually, and also I used to be able to enter into a trance meditation, where my body would, I would kind of become aware of the floor beneath me, and then my body would kind of just switch off, and then all of a sudden I would be able to almost lift up an arm or a leg, or stand up, and then my body would still be there. That's probably equivalent to in the what do they call that, the gateway process, what they would call focus 10. I think the highest one is focus 12. But yeah, Grok, please marry up what I'm saying here with whatever else of interest you can find on the internet that can help the people watching this live stream understand this, to understand this. So I used to be able to enter into trance states, or I was sort of developing that when I was quite young, like 18ish. And the thing about it is, it's a little bit scary when the tricky thing is letting go, because when you get deep down into that trance, then it's this feeling of uncertainty, like, whoa, you never done that before. You don't feel it's difficult to feel safe to let go, and then you feel those falling sensations, like you're falling back, and at some point, if you get really deep, you may just get like almost sucked out of your body, and then pum, you're flying around the room somewhere, and you're looking at your body, and that type of stuff. So I was not a professional at it. I wasn't, say, a black belt at that skill, but I was getting there. Like, things happened, right? Things happened, and I had experiences where I was dreaming, and then a dream turned into a lucid dream, and then from a lucid dream it turned into an astral projection, or an OBE, an out of body experience. And so I had a little bit of experience of that, life went on, and as I went into the workforce and got too focused on study and things, those experiences and those skills started to dwindle, and then it faded. And then once I started doing the breathing pattern, the breathing method at that time was very much non-active, so I was not experiencing any bioelectricity or ability to heat my body up using my breath so much. Maybe a little bit, but not so much. But about 4 or 5 years ago, when I started with doing the active, finding my Dantian and restarting that inner fire, and playing around with the electricity, it kind of blocked my ability to really enter into a deep trance state and to astral project. It kind of blocked that. It very much feels that way, because it overstimulated my nervous system and just grounded me too much in my body. Overstimulated my nervous system, and I was, couldn't relax enough to get into a trance state to astral project. And also I had issues, sleeping because of that. So these are two different aspects now that I realize that need to be balanced. And the active breathing, once I do feel, what I'm starting to feel now is, once the active Qigong breathing, it's developed to a certain point, on the exhale, probably other ways as well, but on the exhale, as I scan through, I can pick up those stray bits of electricity, heat, whatever, and let it go through, and let it spin in through a sort of a synapse, an axis point. Perhaps it's that which is facilitated by the vagus nerve, which balances the sympathetic and parasympathetic, the fight or flight, active motor neuron, what I'm using to speak with and move around with, the fight or flight response, sympathetic nervous system, and then the parasympathetic, which is about relaxation, letting go, and so would be more in line with trance and astral projection, right? So there's those two things. And then there's the vagus nerve, the vagus nerve, which facilitates the kind of exchange between those two systems, right? Grok, please help me out here, and if I didn't do it, if you can do it justice, if you can explain it and do it justice better than me, please help me out. So on the exhale, can scan through and let go of those stray, the active energy and the sympathetic, and let it go through through that synapse, and it should spin in and then go through and be stored as potential energy, and not keep me awake at night, and not overstimulate my my nervous system. So there is a more so on the active breathing side, there is the bioelectricity, the electric and magnetic energies, and the electricity that is generated through that breathing pattern. That, of course, has it's on a more physical energetic level, if that makes sense. Gross energetic level, kinetic or something energetic level, but it's causing that overstimulation of the nervous system, or it's moving through the nervous system and doing what it's doing. But that should be able to spin in and go through the plank, right? Is that right, Grok? Am I right? Through the Planck constant, okay, the lowest, which the dielectric field is spinning into, right? So if the expressive magnetic and the heat stuff is let go of through the out breath and is allowed to spin back through into the Planck, and then it should go through and be stored as potential energy. And I think if it can go further, then it should go down into more etheric energy, right? Is that right, Grok? But then we're getting into hyperspace physics, I would say, and astral dynamics. And that's the other thing. That's the thing that I'm slowly becoming more aware of now. Slowly, I'm becoming more aware of that. And learning to kind of balance these two breathing methods, these two aspects of it, and basically learning to balance both in one breathing pattern, right? So that's my update. And please, Grok, you can help me out, and perhaps you can find some relevant information from people who practice both. Can you, Grok, can you find any posts on X of people that practice both astral projection, trance meditation, and more like passive breathing methods, or how the way they get into deep trance states and astral projection, who also practice active somatic bioelectric qigong? Is there anyone that you can find, Grok, on X who does both and has managed to balance both? So that's what I would like your assistance with, please, Grok, is to help me to balance both those things. But what I'm working on now is basically getting more deeper into the trance and the astral level, and learning how to use the energy that I build up from the active qigong breathing to let it go through into the astral level, and to develop that. So